Hey guys, Dale Calvert. Appreciate you hopping on. For those of you that are watching the replay, I appreciate you being with us today. I hope you guys have had an awesome week so far. Appreciate you being with us today. Got a question I want to answer for Susan Vallis. So again, appreciate you being with us. As you come on, just type in where you're from and your name. Hey, Josh, Gary, Josh in Iowa. Appreciate you guys being with us this morning. Who do we have here? Cindy from Ohio, Linda in Virginia, Shelly. How you doing, Shelly? Richard in Ontario. Appreciate you guys jumping on. And just a couple things real quick today. I hope you've had a good week so far. Los Angeles, California. Appreciate you being with us. Sophie in California. A lot of great people. Appreciate you guys being on. So my name's Dale Calvert. If this is your first time, I've been involved in marketing, home business. How are you? I started my first business when I was 14 out of my parents' home, and have been teaching primarily network marketers has been my primary market for the last 20, 30 years. We've built teams that have done over $100 million in sales. And hey, how are you? And anyway, so we've had a lot of success, and kind of for 15 years have had our toe in the water. And then in July, we really started to focus on trying to get principles into the marketplace that I absolutely, positively know are the fundamental principles that are going to help people build a network marketing organization. And without these foundational principles, long-term success is very, very difficult. So anyway, here's the question. I think a lot of you guys will relate with this. And I did want to remind you, tomorrow night, Thursday night, we've got a webinar. The title of the webinar is the #1 prospecting and promotional tool that should be used by every small business owner, and not just network marketers. I mean, really any small business owner should be using this tool. And that's tomorrow night, Thursday evening, the 29th. I want to give you the URL real quick for this. It's tinyurl.com/DCP webinar. tinyurl.com/DCP webinar. I can't wait either. It's going to be a good one. I appreciate that comment. So tinyurl.com/DCP webinar. If somebody would type that in, I would appreciate it, just so the replay viewers can have that. tinyurl.com/DCP webinar. Okay, now we're going to get to the question or the comments. Thank you so much. I can depend on the Donahues. I appreciate you guys helping me out with that. Okay, my name is Susan Vallis from Arizona. I've been with Isogenics for 16 months. I love the company, the products, and the people. I've built a decent customer base, but knew there was something missing. An upline told me about your Thursday night no fluff webinars, and I've learned so much. My head is spinning. Your 5 core fundamental training is what I feel is missing in the profession today. And for those of you that did not see the 5 core fundamentals, it is at MLMhelp.com. You can just do a search for 5 core, and that's the business. That's the nutshell of what you need to do to build it strong and build it big. But anyway, I should continue here. I could go on, but here's the question. I have a full-time job and make good money, but I want to quit. Join the club. A lot of people feel that way. I am doing this business for financial freedom, not extra income. I believe that you should do this network marketing is about creating wealth. It's about financial freedom. If you want to make extra income, there's easier ways to do it where you don't have to be personally involved with other people's lives. I think when you get involved in network marketing, there's a major sense of responsibility. But anyway, she said, my time is limited. How much time do I spend learning versus working my business? That's her question. My time is limited. How much time do I spend learning versus working my business? And then she says, please know the only network marketing teacher trainer I'm listening to at this point is you. I appreciate that. She said, I spent over $1,000 on popular guru trainings when I started. I've sold it all for pennies on the dollar on eBay, but felt guilty passing on the regurgitated crap. And the regurgitated crap, for those of you that have been on some of our webinars, you understand that. And she said, LOL. And then she said, I put a note in every package recommending they check out MLMhelp.com. So I appreciate that, Susan. The question, my time is limited. How much time do I spend learning versus working on my business? Excellent question. Appreciate those comments, guys. Excellent question. Learning versus building my business. If you're involved in network marketing, what is the most important activity you can do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? Generate leads. You're either a master at it or you're not. And if you're not, you have to learn different ways to generate leads. If you have enough people coming in the top of your funnel, then you're going to have enough people drop out. And if you sponsor 3 to 5 new people every month, 3 years, not 3 months, but in 3 years, you'll be a superstar in your company. Period. That's the game. That's how you play it. Now, we've taught a concept for years called sequential learning. And some of you have heard me say you can't teach algebra to somebody that hasn't learned how to do basic addition yet. They hadn't learned how to add and subtract. And that's what happens with a lot of learners. They get involved in this industry and they're trying to learn these high-level, cold market, internet tweaks to create leads for their business. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a time and place for that. But it's sequential learning. Now, Susan, is that her name? Susan, at MLMhelp.com, there is a webinar that's recorded, and a lot of these are going to be coming down, guys. I'll just tell you, I'm getting ready to tweak a lot of things, but it is up. It's free, no cost, and it's called Time Management for Network Marketers. Watch that. Your time is the most valuable asset that you have. Number one thing you can do, the number one way to learn, is learn when you're in your car. Turn your car into a university on wheels. So as you're driving to that job that you're trying to get out of, listen to the CDs, have a podcast going. As most of you know, we have 3 different podcasts. You go to iTunes, type in Dale Calvert podcast for different people at different levels in the industry. So turn your car into a university, learn, and then schedule your week. And you have to schedule your week just like it's a full-time job. I mean, if you're expected to be there Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 in your full-time job or whatever your hours are, you have to have your schedule for your time. When you get out of that job, what is your schedule? What are you doing? And yes, concentrated learning time should be scheduled every single week where you're just focused and you're learning. But activities, see, so for me, when we were getting in the rhythm of the business, it was like I knew I had to have my leads funnel full, because on Sunday night I'm scheduling my my appointments in the beginning, and later on I was scheduling the webinar, who's going to be on the webinar. And again, there's people that have come through your funnel. They've come through the funnel, and then that's play one. And then what are you going to do to let them hear the whole story? And right now, today, that's usually a live webinar. So if you keep your funnel full, when people drop out, you get them to play two. After they've heard the whole story, there's one question that you ask. Most of you know what that question is. It is, what questions do I need to answer for you before we get you started tonight? So again, guys, everything's systematic. And Susan, the fact that you ask this question tells me that you have the potential to build this business. Because most people are just work hard, charge. It's like a bull in a china closet. And very few take the time to learn what they're doing and systemize it to a level that it can be duplicated. So I just want to encourage you for such an awesome question, because again, the quality of our life is in direct proportion to the quality of questions we ask ourselves and then answer them honestly. So that's an awesome question. I hope it helps you, and a lot of you guys that were with me today. I appreciate you hopping on. Again, Thursday night, tomorrow night, tinyurl.com/DCP webinar. You can get registered for that. It's going to be really good. We're going to share with you tomorrow night what I believe is the #1 way for network marketers to generate leads outside of, I believe when we start, we need to do a business promotion letter like we were starting a taco stand or a restaurant. But after you've gone through that initial promotion stage and you're starting to generate leads, this is the #1 way. And not because it's so effective, even though it is effective, but because it doesn't take a lot of time and you can do it in your day-to-day activities. And again, you need 5 ways to generate leads, minimal, with the goal to become a master at lead generation. So again, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here. I appreciate you guys being with me. I am going to look forward to being with you guys tomorrow night on the webinar. I'm going to try to get back on somewhat of a regular routine. Good to see you, Dale. Love your scopes. I appreciate that, Shelley. Taking a little bit of time off. I'm really like everybody. I'm just trying to evaluate my time, you know. And some of you know, but had a guy that worked with me, 30-year-old kid that started working with me out of high school at Calvert Marketing Group a few years ago, and he passed away coming out of a church parking lot on Sunday morning. Had a blood clot, they think, and kind of shake things up. And life happens. Life happens for all of us. So the secret is to learn how to run when we can run and be running on the right track. Be running on the right track. Dale, how do I find the right track? Find somebody who's already done what you've done and taught other people to do it. Simple. Simple. Good night. Good day, wherever you are.